Let's do this. Your next guy coming to the stage, and he comes all the way up to the stage, by the way. It is James Bailey, everybody. James Bailey!
I thought I'd begin by addressing the two questions that came to all of your minds when you saw him come up the stairs. How old is this fucking guy? What the hell's he doing up there? Okay. Well, I should tell you that I am sufficiently old that when I was a kid in Toronto, we did not drive to Max Milk or Metro or whatever to buy milk and bread because we didn't have cars. A guy came to your door every morning with a big basket of milk and bread. He was delivering with a van that was powered by a horse. Okay, so I've been around for a long time, and for that very reason, you're going to look at me and probably think he's a weird old fart, he's a codger, he's a geezer. But I prefer to adopt the First Nations approach. I consider myself to be an elder. And what that means is that I have a right, a responsibility, and a duty even to impart unwarranted, unwanted, and unsolicited advice to anybody in the room who happens to be younger than myself. So with that thought in mind, the first bit of advice I'm going to give you is that just about everything you're doing or thinking today is going to turn out to be really, really stupid. Okay, and I'm not just talking about giving big things like giving Kathleen Wynne majority government. I'm talking about the small things, like, for example, buying shoes. Okay, when I was a kid in Toronto, you needed shoes, you went to the shoe store with your mom, there was a guy there, he would introduce you to a machine about this high, viewfinder here, and here. He'd tell you to stick your feet into this little slot at the bottom of the machine, he'd flip a switch, it would go, and you'd all look in the viewfinders and watch as you wiggled your little feet, and you could see this bright glow coming off the individual bones in your feet, okay? It was an X-ray machine, a marketing gimmick. It was unregulated, unmonitored, and uncontrolled, okay? This was not the radiology clinic at St. Mike's or Sick Kids. This was the shoe department on the second floor of Simpson's building at Queen and Yonge. A lot of young people are taking courses at the colleges, thinking they're going to be pursuing terrific careers in, and this is the course names, things like creative advertising, or broadcast journalism, or film and media studies. There's a problem with that plan. All the good jobs in those areas are held by people from my generation, and they're not giving them up anytime soon for you, okay? For example, Peter Mansbridge, he's 67. Lloyd Robertson, who still picks up a check from W5, is 82. Craig Oliver, who's billed as the political commentator for the CTV network, is 77. And he's legally blind. So he can't even read the shit that he's commenting on. One other thing I would suggest to you then is if you're at this age, at a young age, you still have some options. Get out of those programs and get into something like carpentry or electrical contracting or plumbing. Something where all the incumbents have as their major career goal to retire on a WCIB or WSIB disability pension at age 53 and leave room for you. The last thing I wanted to suggest was, in the interest of promoting communication between the generations, between the millennials, Generation X's, and the boomers like myself, is to sort of make clear where my generation is coming from. Okay, excuse me. Quite often you will probably have animated and passionate discussions about issues of importance to you, our responsibility to the third world, social progress, political environment, Donald Trump, all that kind of stuff. And you'll find us perhaps difficult to deal with. I just want to make it very clear to you that it's not that we don't understand what you're saying. We don't like what you're saying. We've been around for a long time, we've heard it all before, and we think you're full of shit. Okay.